Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend.
Yeah. How'd your show go Friday night?
It went okay. Friday night was pretty good. We ended up with 9 orders. And it was like I told Chris, I was struggling to get through the hour. Last night's show was a little bit. There were 16 visitors, 2 actual orders, but still it made for a good weekend, so I can't complain.
Good. That's great. I wish I would have. I was on the road traveling, so I didn't get a chance to watch them. So I missed my Peanut Man.
Yeah, I think they're getting tired of the Peanut Man. I'm telling you the truth.
No, come
No.
on. Planters been
No,
using Mr. Peanut since 1940s.
Yeah, I know, but I'm selling it. I'm telling you, I still think I'm the nuttiest show on Pop Shop. So I'm gonna keep selling it.
I believe it. I believe it. You ought to run a poll or something where they get to vote and
Yep.
Prove that that's the case or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here now. Give me just a second here. Okay. All right. Hey, Dawn, don't I owe you something? A link to set up a meeting? Is that my bad?
It's not your bad. I have
Okay.
my school this weekend, and I haven't given you the. I was going to email you kind of some of my thoughts on
Okay,
the. Yeah, so I'm gonna
I
email you.
just want to be sure it's not my fault.
No, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Grant, you alive today?
I am. My voice is back.
Wow. All right. All
I
that Jack
know.
Daniels really worked.
Oh yeah, did the trick.
Okay. Today we're going to take a look at a brand that I found very compelling, and I wanted to kind of go through at least their web presence. And what I liked about it is they are in fact a farm, so they're an agricultural producer, a little bit different than what we see in our area. But I thought it would be helpful to kind of go through, because I know many of you are looking at branding and the related kind of stuff. So we're going to take a look at a brand called Joolies, Joolies, and they are a date farmer in California. But I think they do some interesting things, and we'll kind of talk about it. So let me shoot over there real quick. Let's see here. Okay, got a number of things going here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is a really short video about them, just to kind of orient you.
Date trees have one harvest a year. We have about a month and a half to get all the fruit off the trees, so harvest is just so critical. My grandfather started a food store in 1927, which is interesting because that's also the year medjool dates were introduced to the United States. In 1979, my father and my grandfather decided to purchase 2,100 acres in the Coachella Valley.
There was no activity on this piece of land whatsoever. And now we have a farm, we're farming 500 acres.
You need a particular kind of soil to grow dates. You need a lot of sun and you need a lot of water. We have all those conditions here that make it the perfect environment to grow dates.
If I want to eat something really like sweet, I'll eat dates because I know that they're organic and that they're natural, so.
We decided to go organic very early on because we knew that's the way to go. That's the way we were feeding our kids, and that's the way we were feeding our family. We want dates to be hand-picked, so they have to run their fingers carefully through the bunches early on to make sure only the right fruit is taken off the tree at any given time. One of the technologies we use is called the Afron lift, and with this lift, 3 people can now do the work of 4, and they can do it so much safer for every worker that it makes the job much easier.
Everybody is taken care of, and they in turn create a great team. They're all part of that amazing team of men and women. There's a number of women out here as well. I think about what's more Californian, what's fresher, what's more organic than a palm tree from Southern California grown right here in your own backyard.
The Majula is known as the king of dates because in Morocco it used to be given to royalty. It's the biggest date, it's soft, it's chewy, it's caramely. It's just one of the best pieces of fruit you could ever eat. I thought it would always be great to put a fun name. Joolies sounds really fun. It sounds like something kids would really want to eat. We're just very excited to introduce the Julie to the American market.
Okay, so let me get rid of that. So this video is included on their website, and they use the video for a lot of purposes, as you probably can tell. It's about 2.5 minutes long. It's obviously been professionally produced, but I think the concept of really having your story kind of outlined in a short video is a really effective way to communicate your brand and what you're doing, in my opinion. So I wanted you to kind of get a sense of that. Any reactions or thoughts initially? If you get a chance to look at the video again, it's on the website, which I'll post a link, but it really covers the bases really well. And you can use that video as kind of a timeline or a storyboard where you can kind of plot out how you want to communicate about your brand. And it could be just as simple as just looking at the camera and telling the story, and maybe having some videos of your product or pictures of your product. It would take a little bit of creativity, or of course you can look into getting it professionally done. But I thought it was really interesting because I personally don't know anything about dates. And now I have, at least I feel, a working knowledge of at least in the United States, kind of growing dates and kind of what that means and the purpose of it and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really helpful. Okay. So now I'm going to spend some time on their website because, again, I know that many of you are trying to figure this stuff out. So I'm just going to point out some things here. So when you first go to the website, which is joolies.com, JOOLIES.com, quite a bit of stuff is happening right when the website loads. And I believe all of these are Shopify apps that generate these things, these various things on here. So kind of looking around this page, you've got a real obvious one. You qualify for a mystery offer. You know, it's got a picture of their product, and I'm not quite sure what the deal is, but that pops up. And then down here on the right, it has refer a friend. Again, that's a Shopify app. So it's all oriented toward building the audience and building people who are familiar with the brand. And then the last thing that's kind of a pop-up is this subscribe to this blog. So notice it's not saying subscribe to an email, subscribe to a message so I can spam you with offers and discounts. It's more about connecting with the brand, and it's also an app apparently called Subscribers, but it's asking you to become acquainted and connected with the company. So let's see if we get it. Okay. So couple things I think on the website that make a lot of sense. One of the very first things that caught my eye was the use of color. There's a lot of color on this page, which is kind of a trend in branding. If you look at some of the newer consumer brands, you'll see a lot of use of color. And my guess is market research shows that to be really helpful, at least at the moment. So that's one thing that catches my eye. The other thing is that the basic look and feel is really kind of whimsical. It's kind of cartoonish. That drawing of clouds, it has these seagulls. This is not, like really heavy duty art at all. And then also it has on here right on the beginning, shop now, which will take you to another part of the website to buy the product, or it'll help you find it where they are in stores. So the very first thing that you see, there's really specific purposes in what they're trying to accomplish. And so I really like that. And they show the product, front and center also. Then as you come down, I don't know if any of y'all have looked at doing a press kit. Press kit is basically mentioned, and they do that by using a logo, and you can click on that logo and it'll take you to the article or whatever. A press kit is really just a bunch of facts about the organization, and it's intended to be informational to somebody who wants to find out about it. So it's really its own little website in a way that covers the relevant points of somebody who wants to find out about it. This section here I think is pretty cool. The way they do their blog, they do it in these boxes, and they have also on the top, you can pick what year of blog information that you want. So if you click on 2019, it's a different set of stories than it is for, well, not really, I guess, but you could do that. You could have different articles point, and it's very well organized, and it's designed to really capture the point of the article without you having to read the entire thing. So I really like that. I think that's done really well. One thing that's very unusual here that I have never seen before, here they're explaining who the founders are. Okay, so this guy David Cole is the son of the guy in the video who started a food store and so forth, started the farm. This other guy, Greg Wilsey, is essentially Andy Kurtz. Okay, he's a branding guy. So what they did is they actually went into business with the branding company, and so the branding company gets some percentage, and I don't know the percentage of the company of this particular. It's not of the farm. It's of this deal, of this brand, if you will. And what I really like about that, assuming it can be done for an affordable rate, the guy is incented to use all of the tricks that he has learned as a branding person, without a limit that there might be with a specific engagement. So it's just something to give some thought to. I had never seen that before, where the farmer who really specializes in production partners with somebody who really is good at branding and that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really cool. So again, just kind of looking around here, the whole thing, we still see my website, my internet apparently is not a little bit weird right now. Let me see if I can redo it here. Okay, here we go. Again, there's a lot of color here, a lot of primary colors, a lot of whimsical kind of stuff. So you remember in the movie where the guy, David Cole, who was being interviewed, said, we thought the name Joolies was something that kids would like. So it's very intentional. They're trying to attract a segment of their audience by what they're doing, and their whole look and feel is this way. And here we are, with all the various products. If you see here, they have the various different products, so you can pick them really quickly. You want to go to the syrups, if you want to go to, something they call uglies, which is basically, fresh dates that don't look as good as they could. Maybe they're damaged in some way or not appealing. Big box. So all of their various formats and products are kind of delineated. And this, from a navigational perspective, I just haven't seen that before. Normally the navigation is either on the left, sometimes it's on the bottom, but here it's really, really clear what, what's what. And I really like that. In the Find Us section, this is more, and a lot of these Find Us applications or store locators are something that you can get, from the Shopify App Store. Here they show that they're available on Amazon, Thrive Market, and Hive. In this case, there's no stores near me, I guess, so nothing's near here. But they also have the ability where you can request something. Hey, can you call on a store in my area? So it's a call to action, and it's a form that they can deal with. It's not a random email. It's not a text. It's not a call. It's an organized way to get people to help them. Here's some of the retailers that they're in. There just doesn't happen to be any near me. You all are probably familiar with some of these in your area, certainly Whole Foods. Mom Organic Market is in the DC area. Albertsons is a big chain out in the West, et cetera. And Lowe's Foods, so that's around here. Safeway, et cetera. So they've been doing a pretty good job both online and in retail. And then print this product request form so you can request a product. And if you're a retailer and you want to carry this, it's really simple for you to find how that works. Also up on top on the navigation, which stays true on every page, they have a section for wholesale also. So if you're interested, this is a whole presentation of what they offer. Notice they have Buy Us on Fair, which many of you use, fair.com, and they have a direct link to it. And anyway, it's just a really clean and easy way to kind of understand what they're pitching. I think also this is pretty interesting to me. This is recipes that they have where you can use their products different ways. Pretty straightforward. Also a place to sign up for their newsletter. First time I've seen that. Dogs, all kinds of different things. This is all intended to be content that will help people find this website. All of this content is oriented toward attracting Google ranking, page ranking. So you can see they have a lot of content. And in this case, they're just using recipes, which I think is kind of a shortcut, if you will, to building content, because there's a lot of recipes out there. Okay, so then they have a more in-depth section about, it turns out, I apologize for my internet connection here today. I don't know what's going on, but they actually have different kinds of dates, it turns out, not just the one that they mentioned in the video. But anyway, again, this is a very simple kind of format. It's big, it's easy to follow. They got a 1, 2, 3 kind of way of going about it. Pictures of the product, et cetera. Most of this is from the video, it looks like to me. Little product benefits that they see, kind of tongue-in-cheek, make dating fun again. Anyway, it's just I think it's a very good website to get an idea of how to feature your brand. Our story, it ties into the video. It's probably done at the same time, it looks like. So they've got a story to tell, 20 years doing this, all kinds of little points about their product that make them unique and special. And then more what they call hero shots, of their product. What I thought was kind of interesting here, notice they lay the syrup down horizontal instead of it being upright, which I thought was kind of an interesting way to get it all in the picture, all the various products that they offer. I've never seen this quite like this. Brand values. Okay, we talked about this. We talked about brand story. You know, what are you doing this for? What's your why? They come right out and lay it out. Here's what we stand for. And what this does, for if anybody does make the effort to kind of dig through and look at all these various things, it lays out very clearly what they're doing and why. Their why is actually a page on their website, which I just think is cool. I've not seen that before. And it's actually fairly extensive. You know, kindness, sustainability, family. These are all things that give a brand kind of a 360-degree view of what they're all about. And it helps people decide if they want to support the brand. And keep in mind, these guys are in a lot of grocery stores, but they're also making a lot of effort on their website to communicate with customers and prospects, which I just think is really great. And the other thing is, everything is designed for rapid consumption. The words are not dense. There's a lot of whimsical little drawings. It's just a very lighthearted kind of, I almost feel it's cartoony. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Maybe it's better than that, but I think that's pretty cool. And then here's where the video came from that I showed you all this morning, and more about them. The other thing that they do, and this is not very consistent, all of the pages have the same footer and same header. Header being this right here, the yellow, that's the same on every page. And this footer is the same on every page. It includes links to all their social media, and they happen to have LinkedIn and Pinterest, as well as kind of what you might expect, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Has all kinds of information about, you know, refunds, affiliate, special little thing for moms. They're focused on mothers. But that's really good. That really helps people find their way for what it is that they want to do. And again, even down here is this little whimsical date which says, you know, grown with love under the California sun. I just think it's really cool the way they go about that. So let's see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. One thing that you can't tell from here, so they have this syrup and what they call consumer ready dates. And these are the dates that are featured on this website, and they might be in a box or package. But they also have bulk dates, date paste, dice dates, and other as they click. So they actually sell all different kinds of stuff. They actually have several different kinds of dates. It's not just the one featured in the consumer side. They have other dates that I guess are used in baking or other applications. But I thought that was really interesting. And they kind of cover the waterfront, where they've got both their wholesale life, if you will, and their retail life kind of in the same place. And they try to, you know, provide the information you might be looking for. I don't know if any of you all have looked into any of these designations, these certificates. I'm not super familiar. I'm of course familiar with USDA organic. This is Oregon CCOF, I believe. Some of these I'm not really familiar with. Some may be relatively easy to get. I don't know. You know, I never heard of paleo friendly, for example. So again, I don't know what all these are, but they show that they're active in kind of what the consumer cares about in terms of certification. And so this is some more of product shots. 11-pound box. That doesn't look like 11 pounds to me. It must be heavy, huh? So again, and they have this video on several places on the site. So just to kind of recap, so this is a brand, it's a farm brand. It's a relatively one-trick pony in the sense that it's all dates. But they are active in getting in retail, and they also have a very complete website. And I haven't reached out to them. I will. I'd like to find out kind of what the split in sales is between the web and the retail. It'd be kind of interesting to see. but they also provide a direct link to FAIR on their site, which is also the first time I've seen that. Where the consumer, I assume if the consumer clicks on that, they're not going to be able to buy from FAIR unless they set up an account. I haven't really investigated that, but I know some of you use FAIR, but I'm not sure it's all kind of included in the. So anyway, this is their little kind of cartoonish graphic, if you will. My internet's not working too well today, so hopefully you all are seeing this. Okay, so that's mostly what I was going to cover today, was this site and this idea of branding and brand values. A lot of things we talked about, and I know some of you are actively working on this right now, so I'm hoping this can help make a difference. I'm going to show one other thing here. So we looked at this the other day, and this is a website in Miami called Just One Ingredient, JOI. And this is how I found Joolies. These guys wanted to add stuff to their website, so they used that Caro. And you see here, they have Julie dates. They have the syrup and they have the dates. And they talk about their marketplace and creating a lifestyle marketplace. And Joolies, when this company looked at social media, people were buying Joolies dates to go with their Just One Ingredient. So they noticed that the customers were already connecting the two. So they reached out and made it so they could actually sell Joolies dates on their website automatically. And I'm going through this kind of fast, but they ended up with more sales for both, and they kind of co-share the selling. And Julie, if you noticed when we were looking at the website, they don't have any links back to this Just One Ingredient. This is Just One Ingredient's plan to promote. Let me see if I can just find them real quick. There it is. So this is the Just One Ingredient, and they have this marketplace section, and they have a variety of products that are on here that are supposedly, additive to their. I'm trying to see if they have still have Joolies up there. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I guess not today, but they have like a blender which you would use to make a smoothie out of their product. Various pitchers. Let's see. Yeah, so there's Joolies. Joolies is organic date syrup. Other things that they feel their customers would be interested in. If I click on this, it actually gives me a product page of Joolies dates, and you see right in the beginning, developed by our friends at Joolies Date. So if you partner with somebody, you can control what it looks like when somebody clicks on that company's site. So in this case, Joolies is providing these graphics, this picture. They even have an offer of 10% off. So it goes through all that, and when you click on Add to Cart, let's see here. I'll just add that. So I am now on the JOI website, but I'm buying the Joolies date syrup. And even though it looks like I'm on Just One Ingredients website, this will actually come into the Joolies Shopify site as if somebody bought it from them. So all of the related information, the shipping, everything, it's no different from the perspective of Joolies than if somebody bought it directly from their site in terms of back end and processes. And it has a discount code and so forth. So that's really easy to deal with. The checkout is actually connecting your back end to the partner that's doing the whole thing. So any conversation, thoughts, questions? Don, do you have any? Go ahead. Somebody's talking. My fault.
That was a lot of information, Dennis, but it was really, really good.
Sorry. Well, luckily,
no, it's good. No, it was good, and it all tied together and flowed really, really well. It's just a little overwhelming to begin with, but no, I can see how all those pieces fit and how it would be, how that would be very workable for all of us, quite honestly. So
yeah, I think it's really a track to run on was my goal in providing it. Like this Joolies site is, I obviously do a lot of research and I have not come across a better kind of agricultural product website in terms of all the bases that they cover. And then when I saw that they partnered with a branding guy, it's kind of made sense. I mean, the branding person has pulled out all the stops to do this as a partner. So I thought that was cool. And I also am seeing a lot more of this kind of color thing. This is really not, this isn't pictures, it's a cartoon, or I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what it is, but it's very different. And you haven't seen a lot of that before. I haven't anyway.
I have to agree with you, Dennis, that that is a really great example to look at to prepare your own website. When we were building ours, I was searching through every possible opportunity and angle, and that website really does great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I was blown away when I saw it. And going back to the very start, they have that little short video that orients you right away what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with. And even though that one was professionally produced, I think you could storyboard that out and could probably shoot a lot of it yourself on your product, especially if your product is, if you're not a farm, you're not outside, you're inside. So that might be a kitchen, it might be some other setting other than a farm, but I'm glad that you all found that helpful.
Dennis, along those lines on the video, does anybody have any software or something that they use for video editing, or what is anybody using, or is anybody even using it? I would be interested in something along those lines.
Well, I use iMovie. It's not perfect. It's just very simple because it's on my iPad. But I'm in the very early stages of just trying to do videos and stuff, and it takes me forever just to get it halfway decent. But the iMovie is real easy to use. It's very easy. You just play around with it a little bit, but it is real easy. I'll be glad to walk you through it if you've got an iPad, if you use Apple products.
Yeah, it works on the iPhone also, iMovie.
Yep. I have noticed though that I don't think if I do my iMovie on my iPad, it doesn't cross over to my iPhone. And I don't know if that's something
it's probably some
wrong.
kind of setting about sharing your camera roll is
okay. Yeah.
Anyone else want to comment on what they do?
I don't use it, but InShot is very well regarded as well. It's INSHOT. And I used to use one called Video Shop, and it's okay. I'm sure you'll find something on trial and error.
Well, anyone else have suggestions or thoughts on this? So maybe we'll do a class on this. So this is something I do a lot of and spend a lot of time on. And I have really too many choices to go over. So I will share with you the ones I use most often, and I'll try to show some examples. One that I find really easy to work with is called, it's a weird name, Movavi Clips, MOVAVI Clips. And it's designed to be really to create videos, much like iMovie, but I think it has a lot more capability and function. Another one that I use quite a bit is called, I'm just looking through my little stuff here. Let's see. I use something, and actually you don't have to use this. You can just use it if you have an iPhone or an iPad. I use an app called Record It. And Record It is a screen capture recorder. So if you, let's just say, for example, you wanted to include something from something you saw from a video or a photo, this enables you to capture what you want on your camera roll in your iPhone or your iPad. And then you can then use Movavi clips to insert that clip into the video. So it could be like a sign, it could be some other item that you want to add to your video, and Record It allows you to get that off your screen really, really easily. I'm just looking through my stuff here and see what else I use. Just taking a second here. Looking at the ones I use. Let's see. I use something called Photo Room. Photo Room is an app that enables you to prepare a photo in a different way. So for example, if you want to change the background of the photo, or you want to put your product in some other setting, you know, like maybe you want to put your product in a jungle or somewhere, Photo Room enables you to create, carve out the subject and then change the background really, really easily. That's not video, but I use those in my videos quite a bit. Another one that I've used a lot is called Animoto, Animoto. Another really easy to learn app that you can do a lot of stuff with. Let's see, just looking through here. The most popular one with, I'm going to say Generation X, younger people, most of them use one called Splice, S-P-L-I-C-E, for video. A lot of TikToks are done on Splice. It's a really easy, simple to use format. I have not spent a lot of time with it, but it looks really, really easy to deal with. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I guess that's it for now. I have a whole bunch of these that I've been kind of playing around with. What I have learned, and this is just me because I'm not the smartest cookie that ever walked. When you get into a desktop or a laptop and you start talking about using iMovie or other desktop type programs like, I can't remember the name of the one for Apple has a Final Cut is a big Apple one. And then there's the Adobe one. I can't remember the name, but they have an Adobe, I'm sorry, another, yeah, I guess it is Adobe version of a film editor. All of those require a lot of keyboard strings, if you will. It's like a series of keyboard signals that you're kind of hitting, F1, C, blah, blah, blah. And to really get that level of granularity, I think takes a tremendous amount of time. And almost all of the programs that have a version for an iPad or an iPhone, you can do all that with touch instead of having to know a bunch of keyboard cuts. So I think that's one thing that I really like is using the phone or the iPad as a creation tool. It's far easier than learning any of those programs on a desktop, and every bit as powerful from what I have seen. I'm trying to remember the name of the, so there's just a whole bunch. Premiere is the one that is Adobe. A lot of people use that. So for the iPad and iPhone, they have something called Premiere Rush, which is designed really for quick and easy ways to make videos. So I think I'll put this together into a class and we'll go through this, and I'll try to provide examples. But using your phone, using a touch interface is way easier than a desktop. And realistically, a lot of the stuff you see on social media, particularly TikTok, is done on phones. This is not done on desktops. And there's a lot of templates tools, you know, add-ons, all kinds of stuff that go with these. Each one of these apps kind of have their own world associated with them, their own add-ins and add-ons and so forth. And you can often go to YouTube and see a video of how to use. Like if you find one you like, go to YouTube and see if there's somebody demonstrating how to use that app. It'll save you a tremendous amount of time just watching those videos. You'll get up to speed really, really quickly. And video production in particular becomes far easier when you have those kind of tools, in my experience anyway. So that's I think that's all I have on that. Anyone else want to talk about it? Volunteers? Okay, so I'll let me just post this in the hope I didn't wait a second, sorry about that. Okay, stop the share here. Okay, there we go. So I'll post Julie in the chat. Okay. Ray's having problems with the message. I don't know, Ray, what to tell you. Okay, so I'll put in Julie's, and that's in the chat. Okay, well that's my show for today. If anyone has any thoughts or suggestions, please don't hesitate. But I think I will put together something on the video creation, because that is something I think is really helpful. It's certainly helpful with social media posting, if not on your website. It can't hurt. And knowing how to do that, or finding someone who can do it for you relatively cheaply would be a value, I would think. All right. Well, we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks for coming today.